Star Wars Rebels Season 2, Episode 8, Stealth Strike. I really loved this episode. It was a great action episode. It was a lot more action than I was really expecting in this episode. And my favorite thing was honestly Ezra in this. Like, his action scenes at least were my favorite because we got to see him doing all sorts of crazy stuff. He was like running up and down walls like Sonic or something, like in spirals and everything. He's flipping and spinning, and he kind of led the charge during that one portion of the episode where Kannan goes to save Rex. And it was amazing. It was like he really stood out on his own. And it was just really fun to watch him in this episode go up against clone troopers. Like when he did his escape and everything, he uses the Force to turn on the lightsaber. And then he's just dodging bullets and stuff after doing like the little jump. And he's just dodging like it's nothing. And it was just really amazing. I was like, this is very awesome. A very awesome episode for him. So I loved his action scenes. Kannan and Ezra working, or not Kannan and Ezra, but Kannan and Rex working together in this episode was definitely good too. I knew that was going to be a bit of the focus because of the trailer, and I really enjoyed it. It was really good seeing them work together, and finally, after all these episodes, they've finally kind of gotten past things. Mostly it's Kannan who's gotten past stuff, because Rex is like, I'm a good guy, I've worked with Jedi, I took the chip out so I didn't do, whole Order 66 thing. I'm good. Like, I'm good as far as I'm concerned. But, it was, of course, Kannan, he had to get over certain hurdles, and he does that in this episode. And we see some pretty cool teamwork from them, and I love that. They have a lot of really funny moments, too. I love the fact that they make a joke about how stormtroopers can't actually shoot, and Kannan's like, oh, wow, you shoot just like a stormtrooper, that's great. So that was really funny, and then he's like, it's just this stupid helmet, I can't see anything, and he throws it. And he threw it with pinpoint accuracy, and then he shot the guy in the head right after. I'm like, man, he's like an insanely great shot, which it's Rex. I mean, he basically used to dual wield in the old stuff, which I would have loved to have seen if they ever had, if they did that. You basically have to get that from like basically like the pistol version of Star Wars. You pretty much only see from bounty hunters now, but that would have been cool if we got to see that. But he was really awesome in this. I love the part after they rescue Sato when they kind of team up, and it's like there's so many of them. Kannan's like, alright, I'll pull and you shoot. That was really awesome. It was like a very quick scene, but I rewound it because I thought it was such a fun little moment. And he just pulls people out from behind the corner, and Rex just shoots them. Boom, boom, boom. He takes down those 3 guys, and it's nothing. And I love that little scene. It was very quick and very short, but it was really awesome. It was like they worked together. He used the Force. Rex used his skills. That's all there was to it. They even escaped together at the end after Kannan goes to rescue him, which was really awesome. And we got some pretty cool stuff for Rex as far as story-wise. Like, just some of the dialogue that we heard because of Rex in this episode was very awesome. Like, the moment he got captured when he was taken to the Admiral, that was really cool. And he talks about, I'm just following the order that you kind of set in place. Like, talking about Order 66. And asking him, like, why would you turn on the Empire? And he mentions like, oh, my devotion was to the Republic but not your Empire. Stuff like that I thought was really cool because it talks about how some people see it as all the same thing, where it's like, oh, this was the Empire before. It was like the beginnings of the Empire, and then it became officially the Empire. But for other people, it's like, no, this was the Republic. This is what we knew, and we didn't even realize we were Jedi and clones alike. It's like we didn't realize that we were basically fighting for who we were working for, and we didn't even, we never even knew that. So it was kind of amazing to see those different sides where someone who grew up wanting to be in the Empire is like, how could you turn on the Empire? You were clones, you were made for this. And from Rex's side of view, it's like, that's not what we were. We were made to help the Republic, not the Empire, and they used us and tricked us basically into turning on the people we actually fought us alongside for a long time, for years. So it was actually just really cool, like little moments of dialogue. Callus, of course, was in this. I love the Jabba the Hutt thing. I forgot that he used that fake name before, and I'm like, man, you gotta switch up his fake names, because apparently that's what instantly let him go. It's like, oh, it's like as soon as he told the Admiral, he's like, I'm Jabba the Hutt. He's like, oh, we knew someone else who used that fake name, Ezra Bridger. I'm like, man. Like, I wouldn't, you never think Callus would be like, he used the fake name Jabba the Hutt, but apparently he gives full details. So I thought that was just kind of a funny moment, but I love this episode. It's really good. I love the ship, the gravity thing. Like, I never expected them to introduce something like that into the universe. Considering what's happened, because they kind of have to play in line with the actual films. I don't know if they're going to go anywhere with that again in like later seasons, but I would love to see that, because that was an amazing thing when it happened. And it's like, how in the world can a ship be pulled out of hyperspace, or well, same thing, hyperspace or hyperspeed, but they have like this crazy new weapon that they just test, and it's like it'll just yank a ship, and of course they destroy it at the end, which is very awesome. Which was sabotaged by Chopper during another really fun scene with the zero gravity. That was really cool too, and Ezra's just like flipping and spinning, and he has to block the lasers, and he blocks the laser, but the recoil has so much force to it when he reflects it, it sends him against the wall, and then he launches himself off, and that was just another cool scene. But what Chopper did was very awesome, and how it brought all the ships in, and I love the scene where the first ship makes contact with it, and it just like slides, it basically just peels like a tin can and just rolls backwards. I was like, that looks really cool. And then the other ship hits it, and it blows up and has like this sort of weird blue implosion, and like the front of the ship was like crunching and bending up into itself. I was like, that's actually really, really cool. So I love that. I thought they might do something really crazy with it, where it would like somehow make some crazy black hole vortex or something, but they didn't take that route. They just, it crushed itself inward and just exploded, or technically imploded, I guess. But it was really cool. I like how the explosion looked. I liked how they showed the destruction of the ship, and it wasn't just like, oh, it blew up and it was over. And they showed a lot of great details, which I really loved. That was the scene I liked from the trailer, and it was even cooler in the episode because it lasted so much longer. But I really love this episode. Looking forward to Kannan and Rex hopefully working together. I can't wait to see this next one. I don't know if this is going to be... I don't know if they're even doing mid-season finale type stuff, because considering it's Star Wars Rebels, it came on the day before Thanksgiving. So I don't know if they even give a crap about holiday stuff, or if we're going to see this throughout the rest of the year, because I don't remember how they did it for the other season. But I don't know, I guess we'll have to just see how it plays out. And I think that season started in January, so it kind of didn't matter. So I'm not sure how they're going to do it, if we get a mid-season finale, or if we're just going, straight through until they finish out the season. But I cannot wait to see this next episode. We have Ahsoka fighting, we have both the Inquisitors. There's something with a baby, so I don't know what the deal is with that, but apparently this baby is so important that there is just a buttload of destruction happening. So I can't wait to see it. That doesn't seem like a half-hour episode either. Like, based on what they showed from the trailer, I'm like, I don't see how that is going to fit into not even 30 full minutes. It would be like 23 minutes with commercials. I'm like, I don't see how that's going to fit. Just from the trailer, it's like they have all of this happening, and it's going to fit in 23 minutes. That seems insane. So hopefully they didn't just really play it up, which that's kind of what trailers are meant to do. And, they show like every, like a split second of every single action scene only. But I'm really looking forward to this episode. We get to see Ahsoka fight, which I don't know what to expect from that, but I'm really looking forward to it. Also, her lightsabers are not green. They're actually, she has white lightsabers, which we don't see at all. Like, they have that in some Star Wars games, like Force Unleashed, you can have a white lightsaber or even a black one. But she has white lightsabers, so that's really cool. No one has that, so you never get to see it unless you watch like A New Hope, when they kind of don't put the color in and it just looks like a white lightsaber. That's pretty much the only time you get to see that. So I'm looking forward to seeing her fight. We haven't, it's been years since the Clone Wars series, so I'm looking forward to just seeing how well she's improved as a fighter, because she was a great fighter to begin with, and of course she was already dual wielding. I would love to see it if like she lost one of her lightsabers for a minute and she had to single wield. I'd love to see how that played out, because you could practice however many different things that you want, but her that's always been her style, is upside down double wielding. So looking forward to that like crazy. Can't wait for this next episode. But I really love this one. It was a great great action episode. Way more action than I was expecting. I didn't think I'd love this episode so much. I figured it's Star Wars Rebels, I'm gonna love the episode. It's Rebels, I'm gonna find it entertaining no matter what. But it kind of blew me away with the action, especially with Ezra. I thought, yeah, he'll reflect some blasters and this and that, and he's flipping and spinning and running up walls and like slicing and everything. Like that first scene when he escaped and how they ended it, like after he took out the first two and it's just like smoke and stuff and he's just standing, it's like a cool little pose and everything. I was like, that was a really awesome a little moment he just had. So kind of blew me away for the action in this one. But I certainly loved the Kanan Rex relationship building in this episode as well, and also some of the stuff, like I said, the dialogue that came out of Rex, of course, being a clone trooper. So it was all around an amazing episode. But of course, I want to know what you guys thought about this one. So please comment below. Let me know your favorite parts, your least favorite parts, and the big thing that I really want to know about from you guys is what you thought of Ezra's action scenes, or just the action in general, because there were some moments, of course, with Rex and Kanan, but obviously the stuff with Ezra is what really blew me away, because I didn't expect him to just be all over the place like that. And, he wasn't even remotely outmatched. It wasn't like the Inquisitors where they had all their training and everything. It's like Stormtroopers, he's reflecting, flipping, spinning, everything. He pretty much did everything but use the Force. He used the blaster version of his gun, which is really funny the first time when Chopper ratted him out. I was like, there's no reason for him to do that, but that's what Chopper does. But he pretty much did everything outside of use the Force himself, which I think would have been really cool too if he just had to use the Force to kind of thin the ranks maybe, and then start fighting back. But I really love the action. But like I said, I want to know what you guys thought about this episode in general. So please comment below, let me know, and thanks for watching.